Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout, or click the link down below. It'll automatically apply the discount to your transaction, and it helps support the channel. Thank you. For anybody that don't know really what Am I the A-hole is, TLDR, imagine the one person in the room asking what exactly they did wrong, everybody else just looking at them and think, how are you this dumb? Am I the A-hole for not thinking the joke that my family played at my girlfriend was a big deal? I, 25M, have a girlfriend, 23F, who is absolutely beautiful, but she does have a large facial scar. My family often jokes about it, and they have a super dark sense of humor. It bothers my girlfriend, and she says that it doesn't feel like a joke. It feels like she's being insulted under the pretense of it being dark humor. Even though I explain it's just how they are and they don't mean any harm, she doesn't really want to be around them. I told her that it was really important for me to spend Christmas with my family, and would all quarantine first and test if it was important to me. She resisted at first, but after some urging from me, she gave in. She said I absolutely could not excuse their behavior if they made a rude comment about her, though. We got there, and it was fine for a while. Then my mom and sister broke out their matching ugly sweaters that had my girlfriend's face all over that. They both laughed, saying that my mom made them, screen printed, and it was just a joke. My dad thought that it was hilarious. I even chuckled a little because she's really beautiful, so it was ironic that they put her on the ugly sweater. My girlfriend looked at me, and when I said that they were just being ironic, she shook her head, got up, and left. Didn't say anything to anyone, just took her car and left. I called her several times, and she didn't answer. The only text that I received was, "You need to find your own way home." That pissed me off, and I called her a couple more times. The whole time, my mom is upset because it was just a joke, and she didn't realize my girlfriend was going to overreact like that. I told her that a warning would have been nice, but my sister agreed that it was just a joke and my girlfriend was being a baby about it. I had another fight with my girlfriend when I finally got home, and she said that I was an a-hole for putting her in that situation, and I said that I didn't realize that they were going to do that, and they were being ironic because she was beautiful. She said that I let them treat her badly, and was trying to make it her fault when it was my family who was acting badly. I said that it was just a joke and that she was overreacting. She asked how it was supposed to be a joke. I said that was just her sense of humor. I said I was sorry and was offended by the joke, but she ruined the whole day with her reaction. She said that no, them realizing she wasn't going to take their BS anymore ruined the day. We aren't speaking currently, and when a cousin called to wish me a Merry Christmas and ask how the day went, I mentioned what happened, and he straight up called me an a-hole for doing that to her. I don't really think that I've done anything, though. I didn't know that they were going to do that, and really, it was just a joke, and I think that she is overreacting. Am I really the a-hole here? Yeah, doy. As somebody who's grown up being made fun of for their appearance a lot throughout school, I know exactly just how ruthless some people can be, and the fact that your family, for some reason, thought that it was perfectly fine for them to go through the whole effort of printing your girlfriend's face as the ugly sweater that they all wear at Christmas has me thinking, if for some reason this story is real, they are very much not anybody that anybody would ever want to be around. There's a few other, well, actually, many other choice words that I would rather say to describe you and your family, But unfortunately, YouTube does not allow me to say such words. So, everybody, you basically have your imagination. If you're thinking of those words to describe said people, then yeah, I'm probably thinking it too. Am I the a-hole for not going to a preschool class concert that my partner is a teaching assistant for? I, 20-something, was adamantly against going to my girlfriend's, 20-something F, job for a preschool concert that she was helping set up for. We do not have kids, nor are any of these kids related to us. She really does enjoy the time that she spends with these kids and loves seeing them grow. She loves telling me about them, and I enjoy hearing some of the funny kid stories and workplace drama. Despite it not being her career choice, she takes great pride in being a part of their foundational years of learning how to be a babbling troublemakers. I love this for her. But this is where the problem comes in. While helping her get ready, ironing her clothes, making food, finding an outfit, my girlfriend asked me if I wanted to go to the kids' concert, where I shared an abundant lack of interest. At first, she wasn't too bothered by it, but a while later she brought up that it was going to be live streamed, and she wanted me to watch it. I again told her that I wasn't interested, and that seemed to bother her a bit more. Come later, she's back from the show and is clearly tired. She was telling me about how exhausted she was and mentioned that she wanted to pull the video up and to see if she's in frame, etc., etc. This is when I said, you can totally do that, but know that I don't really care about the concert. I know, definitely trash, brash, and rude, but this obviously upset her, and she brought up how it hurt her that I didn't go. She then says that her parents were there, curious about why I wasn't there. I had no idea they were there to begin with. She says that her reason for being upset that if I don't care about going, then I must not care when she talks about her day at work with the kids, extrapolating that if I listen to her talk about her kids' day-to-day at work, but don't want to go to this one concert, then my interests must just be to appease her. Well, to be frank, I do care about her and her day. I just don't care to go to a concert at her job where the kids aren't going to remember it, and we have zero relationship to said kids. I spent years in a band and didn't care about my parents being there or not, and I was the one playing. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to go to a preschool concert with my girlfriend if she's going because it's her job? Update, for anyone who cares, I think pretty highly of myself for the most part, so I do my best to always stay informed and avoid being naive and overconfident. That being said, I read a lot of your comments and was genuinely surprised to see how unanimously everyone thought that I was the a-hole. I really actually thought I wasn't crazy for not wanting to go, so seeing everyone disagree really confused me. Even though it's super late, I took the time to sit down and talk with my girlfriend to understand why she was upset. I felt genuinely, actually horrible at the prospect of hurting her because I couldn't understand why I needed to see some kids sing. As all of you astutely pointed out, it was never about seeing the kids. It was about seeing her and her kids at work. The kids don't matter in a vacuum, but in reality, these are who she interacts with 40 hours a week. These kids are who she teaches, corrals, and comforts. There was a very clear cognitive disconnect between what I was understanding and what she wanted. I know she works with kids, so I hear preschool concert and think work. Meanwhile, she's at work for the concert and sees her children, her little ones to protect, and the little friends that she helps expose to the world. I care much about my pretty baby that I couldn't see anything past her. I have clinically diagnosed OCD, and my time is something that is obsesses over. So, it seems that all I was seeing was time wasted watching kids sing. not memories made watching my darling nurture her little ones into a not-so-kind world, which really is obnoxiously selfish in hindsight. Likewise, something that I didn't clarify well was that when I said, "You can totally do that, but know that I don't really care about the concert," I would have loved to see the highlights of her on screen or the kids acting up during the program. I just didn't want to watch the whole thing. I get so obsessed over my time that I spend a lot of time in task paralysis. The thought of watching something I'm not interested in feels like sandpaper on my very ADHD and OCD brain. Needless to say, from above, I took the time to not just apologize, but seek to understand her. She put in so beautifully in a little analogy. She has more or less said that it's like I work at a garden. I know you all picture I take of my plants, I share all the stories about choosing different arrangements, but still wanting you to come to by the garden with me to smell the flowers. Thank you all for ever so harshly letting me know that I made a mistake. I'd still rather die 1,000 deaths than watch those gremlins sing out of time, but it eats at me knowing how selfishly I hurt my baby. You know, it's not often that people actually seek to improve themselves after a story does deem them the a-hole, but whenever there is one of these things and people do actually want to do better in themselves, I'm always rooting for them. I'm hoping that they do better and that they're able to have a better situation next time round, because it is very much going to see your significant other do their thing, because they want to show you, hey, this is the thing that I do. And it's especially if something that they are passionate about or anything. Like, I know that not a lot of people talk about model trains and everything, but like if I happen to really like something, going off on something, and the person that likes the other people for seeing people go off on things that they happen to be passionate about, I really do respect a lot. So I'm hoping that things are getting better for you, dude. Sometimes life lessons come in very weird ways, some of which ways happen to be a lot of Reddit comments. My 34M, wife 34F of 15 years, won't forgive me, but also don't let me divorce her. Hey dear Reddit, sorry it may be long, but I need your help. So, my story, I am 34 and my wife F34, together for 13 years, since the start of university. Been married for 8 years, we grow together, graduate together, we moved cities together, we built a family together. Also, I was her first with everything. I am trying to cut it short. I can remember multiple conflicts between us during our whole relationship, but I already admitted them, I think. She was the dominant side all the time. After our marriage, I begged her to have a child, and she was delaying it all of the time. After a while, we decided to finally try for it. And then, surprise, we couldn't have one. We had really hard times during the whole infertility process, and 3 unsuccessful IVFs already. Lots of tears and blaming everything. I begged her to start some sport, to become healthier. She never, ever walked more than a mile in her life. I really enjoy sports. I begged her to have a hobby, but she told me that she only enjoys time when I am at home. I already worked at 2 jobs and earned almost all of our money. She worked in a home office. When I was finally at home from work, I couldn't go to the gym or have rest or something because she told me that she was waiting for me all day. So we did what she wanted. Life has changed when 4 years ago she got pregnant somehow spontaneously and we had our son. We were the happiest. I loved them more than I could imagine. My son is the middle of my world. But after our son's birth, nothing was as I expected. She wanted me to get up for the baby at all the time at night because she needs sleep. So, nights were fully mine. She also wanted me to spend all afternoon taking care of my son because she told me that she was with him all day. She never made us food, never cleaned the house. She didn't have to. We had a lady to do them. It was okay for me. I wanted her to feel good. I also suggested daycare, but she refused. I was horrible tired of working in 2 jobs and also doing this much with our son. especially because of the up all nights. I made a lot of mistakes at work. I tried to communicate everything with my wife multiple times for months, but she is the proudest and most stubborn person that I've ever met, with a really conservative family behind her, so nothing happened. She just got angry. She took everything as an attack. Then I had an affair. Only one woman, but for months, both emotional and physical. I was so stupid. I don't want to blame my wife. It was my fault. But I felt unheard and really unhappy. I never had time for anything I liked, and I felt like I am her robot. When she asked if something happened, I admitted her. I broke contact with the woman and started therapy. And it was 10 months ago already. I had to move out right after, and since then, we are at nowhere. My wife says that I destroyed her life. She just says that nothing else. I am living in a rented place, and she lives with our kid at our big house. She don't want to even hear about the divorce or selling the house. She couldn't pay the loans and etc. She wants to stay there in our house and let me be with my son when she feels like that. She refuses it if she feels like that. She also had a short relationship already with a man but ended it. I considered that it was just to make me angry. She also don't want me to hear about reconcile, but that kills me. I want a solution. I love my son so much now that I feel like I could deal with an unloving marriage because I don't want to be a part-time dad. I promised everything to my wife that I could, but I also don't want him to develop issues with future relationships because he sees our bad marriage. I would be the happiest if my wife could change a bit, but she is in therapy since then, and she never admits any of the problems that I told her. She just repeats that I cheated, I destroyed. She can't forgive. And she can't divorce because she says that I destroyed our life, and my son deserves to live in the big house, and I need to pay the loans for a lifetime because I am the one who messed up. But this situation, I can't move on. I can't have a home. I can't be with my son in my own place. I am paying insane amounts of loans for a house that I'm not living in. I suggested cutting everything in half, but she refuses. She says that she wants to stay here in our house, and she says that I should be already happy that she let me be with my son at all, and she can reduce my time with my son easily. I can't start the lawsuit against her because I still have hope that maybe I could live with my son again. Not being with him every morning kills me, and he is my everything. Do you think there is a chance that she will forget? Maybe marriage counseling could help. What now? What do you think? Edit, thank you for the replies already. I am replying to most advices or topics. Am I sure that the child is mine? I haven't done a DNA test, but honestly, he is a copy of me. He looks so similar now, so no doubt it's mine. Just divorce her. I filed a divorce, but she refuses to sign it. Now the only way is going through the long process of lawsuit, which can take years. Or the other solution would be finally agreeing to the 50-50 custody and money, but she wants more from both. About therapy, I am in individual therapy since I moved out 10 months ago. She is also. I told her to decide if I file the divorce right now or we start marriage counseling, and she chooses marriage counseling, but told the marriage counselor on the first day that she will never forgive. A messy timeline. English is not my first language, as you guessed already. Comments about previous posts. I asked my sister to post this after multiple failed attempts because my Reddit account was too young and had no karma. I would be the happiest man alive if this post was fake. But with that, that is going to have to be with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!